What's up, everybody? Just doing this. I know it's the light sucks, but today it's going to be in the dark room because it's late. So, but just want to talk about the Browns basically sacrificing a 2013 second round pick, wherever that may be, whether it's a top 40 pick or something thereafter, but to draft Josh Gordan, which is the former Baylor wide receiver who transferred to Utah, who didn't play a single snap last year. And I noticed a lot of people didn't know a lot about him. One of the things that I noticed, at least just remember, is his size. And then from watching the video clips and so forth, I mean, it's pretty evident, what his physical stature is, whether it's 6'3" or 6'4", 220 to 230. And runs an official 4.52 40-yard dash. So, I mean, here the Browns are hurting for wide receivers. I mean, Greg Little, God bless him. If he can handle the ball, he's going to be fine. I'm sure anybody knows that. He's a super big target, playing in the right offensive scheme for him, and they're going to utilize him the best they can, especially with Whedon's amazing accuracy on short to mid throws. This is another big target that you can groom. And, this is a guy, everybody says, well, he didn't play a snap last year. Well, neither did Greg Little, and Little didn't have a training camp. And still manages to pop off whatever it was, 57, 7, 15, and 4 scores, or whatever it was. But, so you couple that with now you have Little, now you have a big body in Gordon. Obviously you have Benjamin, and a few others that you picked up to just give you a little bit of a field stretching speed, as well as slot tendencies. Travis Benjamin could be a Percy Harvin type player, although he's not as tough as Percy Harvin. I'm not trying to say that, but I mean, Josh Gordan, this pick right here is high. I think there were probably 3 or 4 teams who were going to submit claims in the 3rd round. However, the Browns being second in each of the rounds, Buffalo picked ahead of them in the supplemental, but there's no way, Buffalo didn't have any interest there. So the Browns could have gotten away given a 3rd round pick. I'm sure this was another situation where they're sitting there and Holmgren sits around the round table with Heckert and Shermer and the rest of the boys, and they just sit there and say, okay, well, we got to have them, and we're going to have to overpay for them, which is how it works. I mean, it's simple economics, And the Browns went ahead and they rolled the dice, so they know it's high, and they could have gotten him with a 3rd. I firmly believe that, seeing now, hindsight, that there was no team submitted a 2nd round tender for him. And that's what could happen. But I think the upside is huge, is really huge. And a lot of people like this kid. His frame, he's more of a straight line runner, but I think with a little bit of help, he'll improve his route running ability and be a little bit more deadly. He has great acceleration. I mean, I watched this 40, and people don't realize at 4.5 with a long stride like that, sometimes those big guys with the long wheels, it takes them a little bit to get the train going. But this guy, huge burst. So I forget what his initial burst time was, but somebody can probably look it up, which was promising. You get a big guy who can get off the line like that, get a good release on players. All of a sudden, you got a couple deep threats now to open up the field. And, Trent Richardson's going to have a monster year. I mean, he's just going to get the ball 330 times. And, he's probably going to go for 1,600 yards. And I would say probably 12 to 14 touchdowns total, just because he's just such a focal point in the offense. And, Brandon Whedon, Colt McCoy, I love him. I do. I think he's gutsy. I just don't think God gave him enough. To get it done with the lack of talent that was there. Colt McCoy goes to Green Bay, and I think Colt McCoy obviously is a lot more successful there, obviously. So, but I like Colt McCoy. But Brandon Whedon, even at 29 years old when the season starts, is a huge arm. He's got phenomenal accuracy, poise, maturity, all the stuff that you're seeing in ESPN and shit like that. But, I really think, people forget, Steve Young didn't start until he was 29, and he's a Hall of Famer. So time to be good is limited, but the cap on how good he can be is not. And I think the huge upside for him, especially if he gets a little confidence early. If his confidence gets shaken early, those young quarterbacks, it's tough to really recover from that. So, we'll see what happens. But, I'm going to try and get out here and talk some Browns. I read every comment. I understand there's people going to talk crap and stuff like that, and that's fine. I look at it all. So, I know, I'm big. I'm in an undershirt, and it's dark, so the video sucks, but hopefully you're listening to the content, and, leave messages and stuff about things you want me to talk about. But I just want to give you a little insight into Josh Gordan, and I think it was a good move, although one round too high. But we need receivers. We got to have receivers, and this is just another weapon that we can use. So, good stuff. And as we get closer, I'll post more videos, and hopefully you guys actually view this. I don't even know how it gets viewed. This is only my third video or whatever on YouTube, so hopefully people view it and comment on it. But please leave something. Screw you, it sucked, whatever. Just leave a comment. So, thanks.